I would imagine that because of the complexity of the supply chain, AI, machine learning has had to have helped in the tracking and the scheduling, the project management of these ginormous supply chains. What is your direct experience with using advanced technology? Specifically, and I know AI is a buzzword for everybody. Everybody's talking, but I can just only think that we've gone from manifest and writing things down and manual counts to barcoding, and it's all fit into a large language model. Like, so where have you personally applied, or you've seen great examples of AI being leveraged in the supply chain?
Sure. So I'll first of all start by saying that AI is very important because it improves visibility and transparency and can reduce human error in the supply chain, which is very helpful in so many different ways. Where I have seen a good amount of AI being used or in proper ways is, I'm involved with Alibaba.com. I'm actually an ambassador of Alibaba.com, and my company, the Atlas Network, is the first US-based verified supplier of Alibaba.com. So I have been seeing some really great innovations with regards to the sourcing and procurement side through their platform. They have just released a new technology called Axio, which is the world's first AI-powered global sourcing engine. And what it does is it scours their database of 500,000 or more top suppliers based on your parameters, skills, and generates for you who's the best suppliers, why they are, so forth. Can even spit out an entire business plan for you in a matter of seconds, so you know how to operate a new company, what pitfalls to look for, and so forth. And this is, time that is saved. It would take significant amount of time to try to sort through hundreds or thousands of suppliers to pick who may be the right one, why they may be the right one, and not even have a full understanding on what to look out for areas of challenge or pitfalls. And they do a lot of that there. They also have a lot of other unique technologies in the world of like image searching and mapping. They have a new tool which is called Alibaba Lens, where you can take this little, almost like a picture, a photography type of icon, and put it on a product. And when you do it, it will tell you the supplier isn't naked. And you have to bridge the gap immediately. You don't have to look for things, where to go, how. This is really interesting. And then there's a lot with regards to sort of the ideation phase of AI, where it cuts down on the weeks or months working with design firms or engineering firms, where renderings are able to be created with the push of a button, then transmitted to manufacturers quickly to then be able to create it into 3D models and prototypes, and then get to the manufacturing process much quicker. You save yourself months in that mechanism. So these are just a couple of different ways.
So knowing how technology has changed, how you've evolved, you have a certification from MIT, you've been in this business for a long time. You've written this great book that talks about the ups and downs of supply chain. If you were to, and help the listeners, help me, if you were to go back in time to the beginning of your career, maybe a few years into your career, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give the younger Kerim?
Well, I would say that this is a business around having the right mentality. And if you can have the right mentality and understand that although the details really matter, because they do, they absolutely do, that the big picture oftentimes matters more or equally as much, then that is how you can really avoid burning out. That is how you will be able to really scale. That is how you'll be able to really be able to provide the best value and service and be able to still be a functioning human being. So it's very important to have that balancing act between being methodical and detail focused, but at the same time understanding how it plays into the big picture. And through that balancing act is how you'll be more successful faster.
If I'm reading between the lines, a younger Kerim was very structured, and this is how we do things, and it's in that, and maybe lost sight of okay, what are we actually trying to accomplish? We're trying to get that from over there to over here. Is that that's what I'm hearing? Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
And then when you look at it, if you're always in this blinders mode, you miss other things. You miss other issues or opportunities because you have been so singularly focused. So it is important to just have big picture perspective to understand, hey, we're doing this and it makes sense because it's part of a bigger idea, and so on and so forth. But when you're kind of getting going, you're in the weeds all the time, and
Sure.
you just want to dot every I and cross every T, which is very critical and important in other ways, super important. But what do you lose of doing that too?
Yeah. Entrepreneurs listening, that is a golden nugget of wisdom right there. That is a man telling you he's been there, done that. And yes, the details are super important, but not at the expense of what are we trying to accomplish? There's the lesson.